For question 1b, find the sum of all multiples of 5 between 13 and 601. Goodness gracious, we'll always write out some terms. Multiples of 5, 15. Let's start with 15. And then we have 20. And then we have 25. And we're going to go all the way up to the last multiple of 5 has got to be 600. Okay, so we're looking for the sum of these. Now, I know I'm going to use this formula. S sub n equals n over 2, and I know I'm going to have 15 plus 600. The problem is I don't know what n is. So I need to go back to my a sub n formula equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So let's figure out what n is. I'm going to plug in 600 for a sub n. The first term is 15. Again, I don't know what n is, but I do know d is 5. So I'm going to do this on a little extra sheet of paper here. So I am going to have 600 equals 15 plus 5n minus 5. 600 equals, clean up this side, 10 plus 5n. 590 is equal to 5n. And if I divide both sides by 5, that's going to give me n equals 1, carry the 4, 8. N is 118. So now I can go back to this formula. S sub 118 is 118 over 2 times 615, right? And I would definitely have to use a calculator for that. So I'm going to have 118 divided by 2 gives me that, and then I'm going to multiply by 615, and that's going to give me 36,285, 36,285. If I look at part C, find the sum of the first 40 terms of this series. Well, let's see. If n is equal to 1, that gives me 5. If n is equal to 2, that's going to give me 7. And I know my very last term is going to be if n is equal to 40. 2 times 40 is 80, so that's going to give me 83. So I know my first term is 5. N is, they tell us, 40. D is 2. Our last term is 83. So I'm going to say S sub 40 is n over 2. First term plus last term. So that becomes 20 times 88. And I know that 2 times 88, so I'll just use my calculator here. 20 times 88 gives us 1760. So the sum of the first 40 terms is 1760.